Hello and welcome to Mystical Adventures. My name is Anne. Thank you so much for joining me. I hope your January is going well. Are you rocking and rolling with your goals, my friend, with your organization and other Capricornian endeavors? I usually get pretty inspired in the month of January, and I gotta say, I'm feeling pretty inspired. I'm feeling more organized, and I am making progress, tweaking my goals, routines, and plans for 2021. So in that spirit, I am excited. We're going to continue exploring my program of multidimensional manifesting, and I'm going to share with you some more tips and information and techniques to help you unblock that blocked energy and get moving that stagnant energy in places that you need to in order to flow with the energy of the universe, with spirit, and create what you want to create this day, this week, this month, this year. I'm excited to go on this mystical adventure with you. My producer dared me to work in a Michael Jackson noise during tonight's program because he knows that I love Michael Jackson music. So here's my noise of excitement for the multidimensional manifesting. Okay, that was really bad. I'm sorry, Michael. Forgive me. So I can't see what my producer's saying. He's saying something. I have a setup here. I can't see what you're saying, Dave, but so it's my turn to dare him to do something. Yes, Dave, I will get you back. Welcome. Here we are. Big week in America, the United States of America. We do have our new president being inaugurated this week, and it's a big week in the world, I would say. And we have lots of things happening related to the political situation. I wanted to share the message that came through from an archangel who is the spirit helper of the week. And I believe she has a message that relates not only to the multidimensional manifesting we will explore tonight, but also to aligning yourself with the energies in the world and the universe in a positive way to help in this transition, in this really special time here on Earth. Without further ado, here is the message I channeled from Archangel Iophiel, also known as Jophiel, and she is an archangel associated with beauty and harmony. This is what she had to say. Dance to the light of spirit and create your own music of the spheres. Dance to the light of your spirit and create your own music of the spheres. Create an aura of serendipity around you by holding in your mind and heart ideas that are full of love and joy. I love that. I love that sentence. You are creating a new earth here at last, and it is time to celebrate. Lay down the weapons and bondage of the past. Allow your own true nature to shine through, even if it is new and different. Now is the time when people are recognizing in their own unique talents and gifts. Now is a time of Earth when people are releasing fears and old ways of thinking that no longer serve them. Be a part of this new Earth and the mystical sphere of expression, delicate harmony, balance, and creative energies that swirl around with the light of God. I'm going to read that again because I messed part of that up. Be a part of this new earth and the mystical sphere of expression, delicate balance, harmony, and the creative energies that swirl around with the light of God. Believe in yourself and in the process that is unfolding. Behold, you are chosen to raise this earth to the next level. You are chosen to be a part of this beautiful new creation of light, harmony, and brotherhood, sisterhood. The time is now to create your sphere of love. Take an active part in being an agent of positive change, if you will, of being a part of the solution and new progress, but also with our mind to pay attention to, of course, what you're focusing on and how that is really a huge part of moving into the new cycle of creation, the new earth, focusing on and creating more harmony, a space for everyone to have their own unique expression, and to focus on love so that we can create more experiences of brotherhood, sisterhood, love, connection, creativity, beauty. I love that sentence in the beginning that she channeled through me. Create an aura of serendipity around you by holding in your mind and heart the ideas that are full of love and joy. That is the part that I feel like also relates to, or one of the parts in this channeled message that relates to what we're going to discuss tonight about multidimensional manifesting. When you create an aura of serendipity around you, when you create with your mind and emotions a vibration around you and make a space around you to support your goals, that has a huge effect on how things play out in this time-space continuum. I do believe that the law of attraction is the most important idea or principle when it comes to goal achievement, manifestation, creating your dreams into reality. But there are also other universal laws and principles that we are going to discuss. There are other dimensions of creation and manifesting. But I feel like Archangel Iophiel is talking about the connection between your thoughts, what you focus on, your emotions, your heart, and the space around you, physically, mentally, emotionally, spiritually, and how when you look at these dimensions and focus on the love and the joy and what you want to create, both in the physical and non-physical dimensions in your mind, that is moving in harmony with and making a space for what you want to come into being to actually manifest. So let's shift gears and talk about the next component of multidimensional manifesting. I'm going to talk about the trunk of the tree. I'm using the metaphor of the tree to illustrate some of these points. And last week we talked about the roots of the tree. After we talk about the trunk of the tree and explore that dimension, I'm going to do a short guided meditation. We're having some slight technical difficulties with taking calls tonight, so I will be doing a delightful, inspiring, empowering guided meditation to help you tune into your roots and your trunk of your multidimensional manifesting tree and get some guidance and begin doing some visualizing for using these principles and creating what you want to create, my friend. Bringing into this sphere what your heart really wants to have the experience. So last week we talked about the roots of the tree. The roots have to do with your unconscious, your social circle, and support, your life energy, your physical energy. It has to do really with the law of attraction. I would put the law of attraction here, although the law of attraction is functioning throughout the tree. But this is the part of the tree where you're looking at your beliefs and your unconscious beliefs, your core beliefs. And you may find that some of your beliefs are in harmony with what you want to create, and some of them are in dissonance, are actually holding you back and blocking you. So we looked at the roots of the tree and how these other dimensions I mentioned, these other components are a huge part of your foundation. When you have your life energy and your support system and your beliefs now flowing and thriving and and you've sorted through them and changed them, and it's a continual process. It's never done. We're continually creating. Then you're beginning to really activate this energy and work with the universal principles. So your foundation is really, most important thing to your foundation is your beliefs. What are you thinking? What are you thinking on a daily, weekly, continual basis? This is the most important factor. So we're at the roots. We're moving up to the trunk. Moving up to the trunk, people. Here we are in the middle realm, the middle world. Oh, Frodo, here we are in the middle of us. Oh, hello, Frodo. You can come along for our mystical adventure into the trunk, into the body of the Ent. I'm talking Hobbit here, Lord of the Rings, for those of you who have no idea. I'm making bad jokes about Middle Earth and the trees in this movie and the original novel were beings that were alive. So here we are in the trunk of the tree, and the trunk is about integration, time management. It's about your logical, conscious, egoic, analytical mind. It's about your routine. We're talking about the law of rhythm and polarity when we get to the trunk, which is different than the law of attraction. We're talking about, just moving my notes here, motivation, the present, and how you balance everything. So integration, when we're at the trunk of the tree, we're integrating the roots, which has to do with the beliefs, the concrete levels, the physical, and your foundation, with the branches, the superconscious, the non-physical, the intuitive, creative, imaginative, expanded consciousness dimensions on the higher realms. And the higher is not better than the lower in this model, in the tree. They're all part of the process of creation. So the trunk is integrating, though, your imagination, your intuition, these high frequency ideas and inspirations that hasn't come to fruition yet, with your beliefs, your foundation, the energy you have to work with. We're meeting in the middle on the trunk. This is the present moment. This is where we take action. This is where we are thinking our thoughts in our routine, in the time-space continuum, and integrating the physical and non-physical. We're integrating our foundation with our inspiration. So you're connecting the fantastical with the practical, and it involves some flexibility because you have to be flexible enough to receive those higher intuitions and creativity and be inspired, always looking forward. And you have to be grounded enough to receive them, anchor them, integrate them, put them into action, come up with a plan, be organized enough to anchor them in this time-space continuum. You might ask yourself, which am I in touch with more or less? Am I in touch with the superconscious more, or am I more grounded and practical, or am I in touch with both? Am I integrating them? Am I flexible enough to integrate both? Time management. How am I managing my time? Am I making a commitment in my time to work on my goals, dreams, schedules? Work on my goals, dreams, and visions to rather commit to it in my schedule. You're a lot more likely to achieve your goals and make progress towards your goals if you write them down. So write it down or type it in your planner, your schedule, and ask yourself, what changes would I need to make in order to fit this into my schedule, this thing that I want to be or do or have or experience? What changes would I need to make in my daily routine, in my thinking, in my life, in order to accommodate it, in order to make room for it, in order to allow it to manifest? So looking at your schedule, your life, your priorities, how much time you spend on different areas of your life. Looking at your logic, your ego. We need our egoic mind. We need our ego to function in this time-space continuum because it allows us to organize our consciousness and understand things and make decisions. And this is a dimension of polarity and a dimension of, well, restriction is one way of looking at it. It's a dimension of action and reaction, and we need to be able to align with the finite nature of the time-space continuum in order to really reap the benefits that our soul wanted to reap. So looking at your ego not as the enemy, but as the part of you that's in service to your soul, to higher self, to spirit, and understanding that it can help you to help organize what your spirit is channeling through you. It can help you to organize your schedule, make decisions, begin to prioritize. If you write down what you want to achieve or what your soul's desire is, what your heart's desire is, then you can begin to formulate a plan. And I do believe that the best plans for multidimensional manifesting have both a logical component to it, but also are allowing yourself to be informed by your higher self, by your intuition. And we'll continue to talk about ways you can do that. But looking at, making decisions, being decisive, sometimes we're afraid to make a decision. We're afraid of making a mistake. And so this is a dimension where we look at your strengths and your challenges when it comes to all of these components. If you have trouble making decisions, that might get in your way. And it might be helpful for you to take a look at how you can be more decisive and take more risks. What's the worst that could happen? Most decisions are not irreversible and disasters if they don't turn out how you want. And most people at end of life regret not what they did do, but what they did not do or what they did not try. I even heard Quincy Jones say that in the documentary I just watched about him. Amazing musician and creative person. And he talked about how he regrets what he didn't try, not what he did try. I believe in that documentary. Motivation, focus, helping to understand what motivates you and what trips you up with motivation. The present moment, balance. How balanced is your life? How balanced is your schedule? If you're focusing on your love life, let's say, and that's going great, but you really haven't put the time and energy into your career and that's stagnating, then this is the realm where you might take a look at that and see, I spend a lot of time building my relationship and with my partner, but not on my career goals. And how can I make some baby steps, some small changes to bring that into focus and to shift that to make room for my career goals? Here we look at the universal law of polarity, the universal law of rhythm. These are two separate principles, universal principles, different from the law of attraction, and they have to do with something very similar to each other, the law of polarity and the law of rhythm, or the principle of polarity, the principle of rhythm. What goes up must come down. Things tend to have a pendulum-like movement in this world. So if you move over to the left, there tends to be a compensation that eventually you move over to the right, like a pendulum. You can see it in the seasons. You can see it in moods. Most people are not, nobody is continually 100% happy all the time. We tend to have moods. We tend to have cycles. The seasons tends to be hot and then compensate. Cold. That's not true all over the world. Some areas are more cold and more warm continually, but there is still a cycle and there is still a rhythm to the seasons in the North Pole and the southern hemispheric places. There's there's a cycle and a rhythm in the seasons. There's a rhythm to nature. There's a cycle of increase and a cycle of decrease. So you might not see it in the 4 seasons like we have here in New England all over the world, but you'll see all over the world, all over nature, there's a cycle of increase, cycle of decrease. There are pendulum-like movements of polarity that things tend to grow and increase, and then there's a cycle where they decrease and die and things are active and growing and fertile, and a time when they are inactive, resting, and barren. And you need infertile or barren cycles or cycles of rest in order to create the correct alignment with this universal principle to have the periods of fertility, to have the periods of growth. So this is where you look at, where am I in my cycles, in my rhythm, in my polarity? Because sometimes you might be trying to create something, but you're naturally in a cycle of decrease. So you're naturally in a cycle of getting rid of that which no longer serves you. And things seem to sort of fall apart. And you ask yourself, why can't I manifest anything, Anne? This doesn't work. And I say to you, if you're in a cycle of decrease, you're not in a cycle of manifestation. You're in a cycle of getting rid of that which you need to move away, to clear away, in order to make room for and prepare for that next chapter, so that you can have the space to bring that new creation into being. So pay attention to your cycle in your life, where you are. There's cycles in the universe and in your community too, and in your astrology chart. There's all sorts of ways to look at your cycles and your rhythms. A woman has a monthly menstrual cycle. There's some research to suggest men have a hormonal cycle as well, even if it's different than women. We all have our cycles. So pay attention to where you are in your daily, monthly, seasonal, yearly cycle, and try and align with that, and be gentle and compassionate with yourself. If you're in a cycle in which you need to let go of some things or make changes in order to achieve your goals, that is productive. And maybe you need to rest. Maybe you need to have a period of inactivity, rest, non-action, in order to recharge your batteries and give yourself the care you need to move forward with your goals. So, and sometimes it's just not the right timing for a manifestation to come through in the timing that you want. Sometimes you need to work with the cycles in yourself, in your world, in your community, and knowing that it is helping to bring forth this manifestation, even if it feels like you're taking a step back sometimes, to move with the personal and universal cycles and rhythms. So that was the trunk. I'm guessing you're thinking all about, well, what's in my trunk right now? And Vivian, I'm going to guide you through a very brief guided meditation. Excuse me while I get myself set up here. A very brief guided meditation. And we're going to look at, we've got 3 minutes left, so it's going to be incredibly quick. I want you to imagine now you are before your own multidimensional tree. You're with your guardian angel. Take a deep breath. I want you to journey to the roots as I play this Tibetan singing bowl with your guardian angel. And I want you to notice what you see in the roots. Ask your angel to show you, what in my foundation, my beliefs, my support, my energy is helping, is working? What do I need to change? Notice what your guardian angel shows you, tells you, or communicates to you. to the trunk. And your guardian angel now shows you what components of your daily rhythm, your routine, your cycle is working for you. What do you need to change? Thank your guardian angel for helping you, and set your intention to take back with you the most important components of this meditation. Another deep breath. Welcome back. That was an incredibly quick meditation, I realized. I am planning on making longer meditations to put on my YouTube channel, which will explore these in more detail, but that was an intro. I hope you got something from that meditation and my talk tonight. I hope you have a blessed week, my friend. Don't forget to create your sphere of unique beauty and love and harmony, and add to the new sphere of love and beauty and harmony and unique expression on this earth, in this new earth. I will see you next time where we will continue to explore multidimensional manifesting in the branches. Have a beautiful week, my friend.